Good morning. Welcome graduates, guests, and associates to Bryant & Stratton 2021 commencement ceremony. For over 165 years, we have been adapting to the unique needs of our students. Though we're not able to hold our traditional in-person gathering, we will not allow your accomplishments to go unrecognized. The team has put together a wonderful tribute to all of our graduates with a virtual experience we believe you'll enjoy. Please rise for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing for the invocation, which will be offered by the Reverend Thomas Cirillo. Morning, Thomas.
Good morning. Good morning, graduates. Normally, I would say something along the lines of, I'm glad you guys are all here today. But even though we're not all physically together, you have still reached your destination. But a new journey begins. And as we commence, I would just like to take a moment to bring an invocation. Invocation, it comes from the Latin invocare, which means to cite as an authority. As many of you have done in your papers over the course of your studies here, but this isn't an APA paper. This is a time for celebration, and I hope that all of you take time to do that. But now, I ask you to allow me to pray a prayer of blessing and guidance for all of you. Dear God, we know that you are never far from each of us, and in times like these, we know that you are most near. In you we have our life, we have our passions, we have our thoughts and our actions. So at this wonderful occasion, Lord, we are reminded of the life you have given us. We're reminded of the hopes and dreams, and dare say, the burden to make life better for all those around us. And we're grateful for the ability to pursue the hopes and the dreams and carry the burden of making not just our own lives better, but also the lives of all whom we touch. And now at this moment, I ask of you to continue to be near each of us and sustain us and inspire us and propel us as we commence the next leg of our journey. And I ask that you would be found by each person through your mercy and through your grace. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Cirillo. Graduates, this is your graduation, your commencement. When I was thinking about graduation, it made me consider all of the commencements or beginnings you've had in life, like taking your first steps. Maybe you have pictures or videos that capture the moments. I'm the youngest of 5, so I'm lucky that they have a baby picture. But maybe you have pics of you rolling over, doing baby push-ups, crawling, walking with someone holding your hands, and then your first step solo, walking, the starting point of so many experiences. New beginnings, like going to school for the first time. While I remember the name of my kindergarten teacher, I don't remember my first day of class. but I do remember my son's first day, getting him dressed, packing his favorite juice, getting there early, both of us crying, and my heart breaking as I left him. This was the starting point of so many experiences. New beginnings, like learning how to ride a bike, and later how to drive a car. These were starting points for so many experiences. And now graduation. Now you have come to an hour of achievement in one segment of your life. But like walking for the first time, your first day of school, or learning to ride a bike or drive a car, there were caring people there to catch you, brush you off and pick you up, maybe cook a dinner, babysit the children, provide an ear to listen or a shoulder to cry on, give you quiet time to study and more. Parents, grandparents, other family members, loyal friends, children, classmates, teachers, and administrators, all there when you needed help. Let's take this moment to recognize them and show them appreciation for being there, helping you make this incredible journey. Each of you put in the work, hung in there in hard times, overcame obstacles, made it through a pandemic, and have accomplished your goal and graduated. With this achievement, there is the joy of having completed many of your goals. You've finished much of what you set out to do, and yet, in a very real sense, you are now at a place of beginning again. Perhaps even with a bit of apprehension as you set out on a whole new vista. You will be launching into a new career and maybe even further studies with numerous doors of opportunities open to you. My hopes for you as you enter this new phase of life are many. May you be guided by wisdom, understanding, and direction regarding the decisions of necessity you will need to make. May you have the moral courage and stamina to live the kind of life that those around you will know you as a person of integrity and high moral character. I wish you a career that brings you joy and fulfillment. May your work life be balanced with time for family, friends, and for you. May you make a positive contribution to your community and make a difference in the world. And may you have good health as you set forth on your next venture. Next, I would like to introduce this year's commencement speaker, Miranda Von Fricken. After 15 years directing talent, culture, and training efforts in the corporate environment, Miranda followed her passion for life fulfillment and professional excellence by starting her own business helping women. She designs winning strategies for achievement and follows their life's calling with confidence and ease. Miranda uses her creative talents and platform to support professionals looking to level up their life, career, and business through masterminds, life events, and speaking engagements. She creates and conducts workshops on leadership, networking, employee engagement, goal achievement, mindset elevation, personal branding, social selling, and more. A proud member of the Forbes Coaching Council, creator of LinkedIn Growth Academy, the 4 a.m. Club, and host of Albany's LinkedIn Local Networking Experience. Miranda's mission is to serve the business community, one introduction, one motivation post, and one intentional conversation at a time. She's a wife, a mom of 2 energy kiddos, and a positive force in our community. Miranda? Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Hello, graduates. I'm honored to be here with you in this incredibly special day, in this incredibly special moment. I'd like to take a second to really honor this moment and all it embodies. So if you would join me in closing our eyes, taking a deep breath in, and releasing it. One more time. I like to do this before I hold space for an important event such as this. A good friend taught me that, and it really does solidify the importance of what we're doing here today. Thank you for letting me be a part of your day. This moment is a culmination of the multiple positive decisions you've made in the past 2 or so years. The dedication you've shown, the times you said no to something so you could say yes to your studies, the early mornings, late nights, the people who supported you, and those who didn't, who are now eating their words, the hard work, sacrifices, struggles, and of course, that roller coaster of emotions that come when creating a life transformation such as this one. This moment you're in is what I like to call full circle awesomeness. And yes, that is the technical term. If we were in the same room, I'd ask who, by a show of hands, has felt every possible emotion throughout your time here at BSC. I have no doubt that everyone's hands would be raised, and I could safely bet no matter where you're watching from, you're nodding your head. In this moment, you're feeling one of my favorite emotions, pride in self. Taking time to really lean into that proud of yourself moment can really do something for your career and your life. Don't rush the feeling, don't go into the next emotion. Really lean into this sense of pride. It has been earned. Along with pride, I'm sure there are a few other emotions felt when one gets to this moment. Joy, happiness, relief, and maybe even a little fear. Yes, fear. It is crazy how on an amazing day like this, an emotion like that will still creep in. Although I'm not here to talk to you about fear, that's a whole nother speech. But what I want to talk about and gift to you is the concept of these full circle moments. These moments you'll feel throughout your entire life and career, and they can lead you exactly where you're meant to be if you know how to use them. You are actually in one right now. In order to better explain what I mean, we need to take a little trip down memory lane. You see, what you're feeling right now is pretty similar to what you felt 2 or more years ago when you signed up for your degree program. The gift in showing you this is how both the experiences then when you signed up and now as you graduate can align to teach you an invaluable lesson you can use repeatedly on your journey throughout your personal and professional growth. If you recall, when you signed up for your program, there were a lot of similar emotions. Pride, because you took the step to further your education. Joy and happiness, because you knew that was a good decision. And maybe a little fear and nervousness as well. Do you remember that actual moment? Maybe you were in financial aid or with the Dean of Studies. Perhaps it was in your car before you even walked in the building. That moment where everything seemed to slow down except your inner thoughts and most private feelings. You wondered if you should be doing this, but knew you needed to. All the thoughts running through your head, such as, can I afford this? Will I even like this? Do I actually have time to commit? Will I get a job in my field? And my favorite, do I really want to do homework? The back and forth between heck yeah and I don't know was probably pretty intense, even just for that split second. Do you remember being in that moment? No one knew you were having that inner dialogue except for you. And once you kind of snapped out of it, something took over and continued that conversation as if no time had passed at all. It's hard to explain a moment like that as it's happening, but I like to think that what took over was a confidence from your future self, guiding your current self in that moment, telling you it's okay. Keep going. Like future you actually beamed down, in my nerd speak, placed their hands on your shoulder and said, you got this, it all works out. Now these two experiences may not look identical side to side, but they do in a line that creates this full circle concept. A moment that started a while back and ends today in the present. And if present you could tell nervous you from 2 years ago, one thing, I bet it would be, you got this, keep going. When something's truly meant to be, there is an energy at the moment of decision, a calm, even in the midst of all other emotions. an energy that allows for us to trust our instincts and have confidence in our decisions and actions. The experience is a pivotal part of our full circle moments, an experience you'll have multiple times throughout your life and career. Now that you know, you can keep an eye out for other instances that lead you to certain moments that have shaped you. And with that understanding, you can learn to make decisions more confidently, knowing you have everything you need to make great decisions. Inside you lies an instinct, an energy, a confidence that no one can take away from you. Today is proof. So here you are 2 years later, celebrating that very decision you made to continue a conversation with your advisor, to say yes to yourself and to your future. These moments are aligning. Can you feel it? Here in our present moment, you are full of that same sense of pride, mixed with joy, happiness, and again, maybe a little fear. Today is the beginning of your next full circle moment. So now that you know, what will you do with this? What decision will you make next? Don't fear it, lean into it, and trust your inner voice and go take bold action. New grads, perhaps you're looking for a job in your field or working towards a promotion in your current industry. These same feelings will emerge, especially in today's social and economic climate. Our emotions can be high at 1 second and very low the next. This is where you can use that idea of full circle moments, but instead of looking back, you look forward. Put yourself in the future. Visualize what it is you want to happen to bring that same sense of confidence and calm to that current moment. You can look to that future self and ask for guidance. A very tactical practice is to sit in a quiet place and get very still. And possibly ask for answers to the questions you have. Some call it meditation, others call it prayer, some visualization. No matter what you call it, do it, because it absolutely works. One example I'm seeing often in my line of work as a career coach is where someone finds themselves sending out multiple job applications and not receiving the responses that they had hoped, or perhaps putting in for a promotion and being told it's not an option right now. Perhaps it's not what you seek is not career related. Perhaps what you pray for is much closer to the heart. No matter what the goal, put this full circle concept into action. Get quiet, be still, and picture yourself in that future that you seek. If it's a job, picture yourself sitting in a chair in your brand new office or the workstation that you'll spend some time at. Place yourself in the moment that you wish to see. Lay out all the details, envision doing the work, surround yourself with some new coworkers, and spare absolutely no detail. The idea is to imagine the outcome that you seek as real. Visualizing yourself at the end goal is extremely powerful. This activity can guide you to creating a better beginning in the present moment. It starts by producing a feeling of calm and a sense of happiness. Then it guides you to that confidence, knowing at some point you will get a job and you will be in that chair at some point in the near future. And when you do, you'll look back and realize that you are in this full circle moment once again. It's a beautiful cycle that clarity can make. It's a beautiful cycle of clarity that can take you from, can I do this, to I just did. And that's my gift to you on this incredibly special day. So what's next for you, new graduate? What's your next full circle moment? Now that you have proven your ability to achieve anything you set your heart to. Not sure where to start? Well, after all the celebration, of course, I urge you to get still and listen, and you'll know exactly what to do, just as you always have. Congratulations, class of 2021. May your future be full of light, love, and beautiful full circle moments. Thank you.
Thank you for the words of wisdom, Miranda. We really appreciate it. Next, our Dean of Instruction, Michael Marcoux, will now introduce our graduation speaker. Michael? Good morning.
Good morning, Terry. Thank you, Terry. In the academic department, we have had the pleasure of getting to know each of you. We have shared many defining moments along your academic journey. Each one of you deserves to be acknowledged and complimented today. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our graduate speaker. This student shares with you all of the aspirations, challenges, triumphs along their academic journey to earning their degree. He has been chosen because he embodies the characteristics we hold most dear: commitment, persistence, enthusiasm, and the will to succeed. This graduate has also contributed greatly to the campus culture, helping fellow students, faculty, and college associates inside and outside of the classroom. When others describe this graduate, words like kind, genuine, helpful, and tall are mentioned. This graduate has completed his program, graduating with honors. I am pleased to present our graduate speaker, Zachery Mattos.
Thank you, Dean Marcoux. Good morning, faculty, staff, friends, family, and my fellow 2021 graduates of Bryan and Stratton College. First things first, congratulations to all the students receiving your degree today. Your hard work will not go unnoticed. For so many of us, this is one of the most significant days of our lives. I am truly honored to be here speaking to all of you. Unfortunately, this is not the graduation that we anticipated to have this year. As nice as it would be to be handed our degree on stage in front of our proud families, we get to dress up in our homes and take pictures in our caps and gowns and see ourselves on a slideshow instead. This is not an ideal situation, but there's nothing that we can do to change it now. So why not embrace it? Embrace the fact that we can roll out of bed and watch our graduation ceremony. Embrace that more of our families can watch from home. And embrace the fact that the class of 2021 will go down in the history books forever. This is a class of perseverance and dedication and hardworking individuals that are going to achieve great things. While we have just completed a difficult chapter in our lives, it is not going to get easier from here. Getting our degree has set us up for success, but the hard work does not stop if you want to be great. With that being said, we are ready for this next chapter. We have been trained for early mornings, tireless days, and even later nights. If we can get through a global pandemic, loss of family and friends, then we can get through just about anything that stands in our way. If you had asked me back in high school if I thought I would be given a graduation speech, then I would have laughed at the thought of that. It is funny how things work. If you set your mind to something and work hard, great things can happen. Growing up, I was lucky enough to be surrounded by people that knew the meaning of working hard and having fun, and it gave me perspective on what we're all here for. I am proud to be a part of the Bryan and Stratton community. I've had the opportunity to study and play baseball here for the past 3 years. I can honestly say that there are not many things that I would change about my experience here at our college. I am fortunate for the friends that I have made here, as they will be with me for years to come. Bryan and Stratton is not like every other college. They are more than just educators, administrators, and coaches. The faculty and staff have offered endless support, encouragement, and wisdom to help us get to where we are today and prepare us for the next chapter. Thank you to anyone who has assisted us along the way. I was fortunate enough to be a part of the inaugural team and start of the Albany campus sports program 3 years ago. That team was one of the last picks for the national tournament at the end of the season. We were counted out early and were put in some nearly impossible situations to overcome. Every single man on that roster played with heart and passion, just like we all should with our lives. That team is the meaning of perseverance and grit. Although we were given a bad hand of cards, and there's nothing that was going to stop us from doing what we do best, competing. That first-year team showed me that when the going gets tough, keep going. Never back down, because you will not regret it. That team reminds me of this graduating class we have here today. We have been counted out, handed situations that we were not in favor of, but that is what makes us who we are today and prepares us for our future endeavors. Like I said earlier, this is one of the most significant days of our lives. It is important to cherish these moments and remember what they feel like, so you know how good it feels to achieve it. This is merely a stepping stone for the days to come. We are capable of achieving bigger and greater things in this life. Most of us are not here just to go to school. We are all involved in other activities outside of this. Some of us are parents trying to create a better life for our family. Some of us are working a full-time job on top of going to school. And some of us are involved in athletic programs. We have all struggled throughout this process, yet we're all still here today. This is a true testament to our perseverance and dedication. As we get ready for the next chapter of our lives, there are a few things that we need to remember. Always challenge yourself, regardless of what the circumstances are. Have fun with life and don't take everything too serious. Be good to everyone. You do not know what the future holds. They could be your boss down the road. It costs nothing to be a nice person. And lastly, work hard. It will take you places that you could have never imagined. If you do not know what you want to be yet, that is fine. Just make sure that you always work hard and have fun at whatever it is that you decide to do. It has been an honor to be a part of this journey with all of you. Congratulations to my fellow graduates of class of 2021.
Great job, Zach. Before we begin conferring degrees, I would like to take a moment to thank all of the people actively working to combat the current COVID-19 pandemic. I would also be remiss not to recognize so many friends, family members, and loved ones that we've lost over the past year. We will now confer degrees to our graduates. Would all graduates please rise as your name is called?
Ryan Adams. Angela R. Megan Alixo-Pullis. Anna Arsenault. Christina Ardrey. Nikki Arnold. Anthony Audia. Dalton Barron. Lawrence Barnes. Haley Barth. Devyani Basu. Ivinson Batista. Dewayne Bennett. Brianna Birdsall. Shekema Mitchell. Michelle Bliss. Kimberlie Brooks. Altoni Brown. Deanna Brown. Joseph Brown. Kyle Brown Jr. Andrea Bruce. Davika Budheil. Deanna Burke. Geno Campbell. Channell Carmon. Michelle Caruso. Mia Castro. Christy Chandrapal. Courtney Ciccarelli. Lisa Cody. Pamela Contreras. Krystal Corson. Alexis Davila Morales. Zainab Dayal. Rocco Devito. Randall Duvier. Kamisha Dumas. Samuel Ellie. Nayamasata Fataho. Sandra Faulkner. Tara Lynn Felicini. Dino Ferrarese. Ernesto Figueroa Jr. Amber Fuller. Andrea Galvez. Felix Garcia. Nathaniel Getman. Caitlin Gomez. Yasmine Grace. Brianna Haque. Brandon Harrison. Julia Holbrook. Rachel Holbrook. Jameel Hood. Sherry Hughes. Amy Hunter. Savannah Hunter. Keegan Hymer. Meghan Irish. Carly Jostlin. Brett Kazakovich. Krystal King. John Kinnery Jr. Sarah Klein. Isla Kochan. Amarni Kumyujian Lawas. Thomas Kovacs. Ashley Krulish. Brittany Lopez. Evan Luck. Kiera Lynch. Tabia May. Justin Marick. Yersel Martie. Zachery Mattos. Katarina Mayes. Kayla McCrae. Rasheen McGrier. Binish Michiko. Shekema Mitchell. Alyssa Moore. Fiesha Moore, Carson Mosher, Kyle Murphy, Gabriella Murray, Dodo Endo, Jemiah Noisette, Emily Nolan, Gabrielle Norwood, Brander Ozoria, Deborah Permal, Maximilian Parada, Anita Petronas, Morgan Picu, Melissa Rivenberg, Michelle Rivers, Ashley Rojas, Dominic Rotter, Michael Santos, Michael Sims, Gator Singh, Lalita Singh, Bridget Singh Liebson, Sabrina Sisson, Hitavia Sprague, Darima Stewart, Padmani Tilak, Nicole Tomlin, Samantha Van Ness Long, Deasia Venson, Tracy Vidnansky, Taran Volts, Adanya Williams, Nicole Williams, Nakia Wise.
On the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority received from the Board of Regents of the University of the State of New York, we are pleased to confer the degrees of Associate of Applied Science, Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Science. Let's give our graduates a round of applause. At this time, I would like to add my personal congratulations to those of the faculty and staff and students that are being honored here today. At Brighton Stratton College, the ampersand is the symbol representing our motto, for every and in life. None of us could have ever imagined what and how relevant that symbol has been over the past year. We told you when you came to Brighton Stratton College that we valued lifelong learning and that we would provide you the skills and opportunities that would support you in your academic and career pursuits, now and in the future. Over the past year, after we became acclimated to the initial shock of the COVID-19 pandemic, we listened to a seemingly endless loop of very unsettling news reports. The realization that life was going to be very different set in. Each of us were faced with a choice: keep going or give up. Each of you chose to learn, be flexible, adapt, be resourceful, and never, ever give up. So what else have we learned this year? We learn that our classrooms and offices may not always be in a building, but at your home, at a kitchen table, or an office. We learn that technology could be a lifeline to achieving your educational goals. I'm sure we all got a lot better at Zoom and Skype and Teams. We discovered a blended learning environment. We learned that, as scary as it can be, we have to be willing to embrace change if we are going to remain relevant in the 21st century. You learn the meaning of team by all those who supported you inside and outside of the classroom. After spending a lot of time alone with spouses or significant other, kids, pets, alternating between playing, crying, or asking daddy questions. Sorry if you were on a Skype call with me at all last year. I hope this time has really provided you perspective. Perspective and a reminder about the things that are most important in your life. The people, moments, and things that matter most. We learn the real meaning of what essential means in the workplace. Many of us have not been fortunate to be in that position. We learned about workplace readiness, not just from reading it in a textbook, but through living it. Never, ever forget this time that you turned hardships into opportunities to learn. You learned how to change, evolve, grow, and improve. You will be better because of the challenges that you faced. You have lived and are living through a piece of history that is literally changing the world as you know it. Sadly, we continue to learn that many people in America and around the world are still not treated fairly, as equals. We learn that many people are forced to confront this reality every day, this hurt, this pain, often simply because of the color of their skin, their religious beliefs, or where they came from. We continue to learn every day that we need to listen, step back, think, say, and do better. We need to have real, honest conversations with each other, especially when it's uncomfortable and difficult to do so. Unfortunately, this change is not going to happen overnight. I am confident we will get there, though, but it will take all of us, from everyday citizens to professionals, to police officers, to elected officials, and everyone in between, to make this country and planet a place that we can, we should, we must be able to equally call home. You didn't just pass your classes, you passed Life Coping Skills 101. You didn't just graduate with a college degree, you survived a pandemic. As we look at your transcript and check off all that you have learned, it is amazing. And we are all so proud of you. Now is the time you've all been waiting for. You are a graduate. And your final act in this process is to move your tassel from right to left. The Reverend Thomas Cirillo will now give the benediction.
May God's blessing follow you all as you start and find new journeys to travel. May you walk safely along the pathways of your dreams. May his gentle hand guide the decisions you will make and the passions you will follow. May your hearts and lives reflect his love and his truth, and may hope be a light within you that you carry to everyone on each new day. Amen.